Bro,
into something.
you know what we just watched that related to this exactly the same, in my opinion. We just watched your Lie in April, right? And then
Yeah.
and then we watched this. They're both about musicians or like artists, right? Trying to figure out how to either get back into it or pour your heart soul into something. And I'll tell you what, Vivy did a way better job.
Better job. Way better job.
The Mr. Crybaby, okay? Hello, fellow weebs and otakus, another episode of Anime Fix, your fix for all things anime. I'm Chase.
And I'm Lance.
Ahoy, Lance.
Ahoy, sir. How are you?
Or should I say daddy?
Don't do that. Not here. No.
About here. We'll keep it between us. That's fun. Oh, it's been good. It's been good. You have a enjoy your holiday.
I did.
I did. Good,
Very much so.
Same here. Same here. Anything cool?
Got a walk.
A walk?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Actually, I got a it was a very Asian themed Christmas for me.
Really?
Yeah, I got two books. One specific to Japanese cuisine. The other is more broadly Asian cuisine, so like Thai food, Chinese food, Japanese food, like cook it at home.
Mm-hmm.
A walk. I got a sushi maker.
A sushi maker?
Or a sushi kit, basically a kit that you can use to make all your own. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And what else did I get?
Is it like the wood thing that you like roll?
I think so. I haven't opened it yet. And I got the cooking chopsticks. I got specifically like some spices to cook with.
Ooh.
And
is Tori just like trying to make you like cook more? Is that what she's trying to make you do?
Oh no! This is not just from Tori. This is from.
Are you an avid cooker? Like, did you cook a lot?
So I've been wanting to cook more before, for a couple reasons. Space. I never had really the space.
Yeah.
Cook. I also never really had the time, and it just was not something that I cared to prioritize, right?
Mm-hmm.
Especially with no space. Like the fact that we had no space, I had no space. It was just always like I was bumping into stuff, things would fall over, and I was like, "This is not worth it. This is not worth the time and the stress." So I would just, for real basic and simple. But now, since I have a ginormous kitchen, and ideally I have more time because I have set hours I never stick to, but
yeah.
But now that I have more time and space, I've been wanting to cook more. I actually made amu rice. Amu rice.
Yeah, with the egg on top of rice, and like you cut it down the middle.
It's not just egg on top. It's like it's a rice log that you wrap inside of an omelet.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Basically, you make fried rice.
Mm-hmm.
There's certain like sauces and ingredients you put in to like for flavor and everything, but the fundamentals are fried rice. You form it into a log shape.
Mhm.
You make an omelet, and then you wrap the omelet around. The idea is you're supposed to fully wrap around rice log.
The way I see it all the time is like they like make the omelet, right, and they put it on top of the rice, and they take a knife and slit it, and then it
That's
folds.
probably the thing. That's the reason why you're probably seeing it that way. Is because it's very difficult
To do it that
to
way.
to actually wrap it
Uh,
in the omelet. Um, the closest I got was I was able to get. I did actually. I didn't. I got the tops and I got the sides,
hmm
but I couldn't get it to. Without messing it up, without making it fall apart, I could not get it to get underneath. But if you like, I'll send you like a picture of what I'm talking about.
Did you make it? Like, is the picture that you made?
No, this is not the picture. I didn't take a picture because I was like this. Didn't look how I wanted it to look.
Oh,
Um,
still,
but it was pretty close, and Tori said it tasted like
it was
really
good.
good. Yeah, and she also is not one to mince words with food.
Really?
So if it was bad, she would have told me. So like, yeah, here's a good example. Let me share this with you.
So what I'm sending you now is what I think of when you say omelet rice. But
You sent me a You sent me a TikTok.
Oh yeah, it's a process of making and then like doing the cut, like I was talking about. You've seen those videos, right?
TikTok?
Yeah, where they do
Oh.
the cut and stuff.
No. First time I heard of omu rice was from the cookbook.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. The second one's a faster one to show you. So if you're gonna watch the second one because it's faster. Do you put the like sauce on top of it too?
I did put the sauce on top of it, yeah.
Nice. It looks super good though.
It is.
It was really good.
What?
It was really good.
Ah, I thought so. Here we go.
Okay.
I sent you a screenshot.
Oh, put it in the Discord. I'm never gonna find it. Let's see, where's that? Not there. Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? There it is. Oh, you put it inside. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. What I think of Ami rice is what I just sent you.
Okay, that's different than
Than what you made.
yeah.
Mm.
Look at the other one.
Huh. It's definitely different for sure. It looks good though. So, you put other things in it besides rice, or
Yeah. Yeah, that's really interesting. That's way different than
what you made?
yeah.
Yeah, you can try it that way. I hear it's really hard to make it that way though.
The way you sent me or the way I sent
Yeah.
you?
The one I sent you because you gotta like keep stirring the egg or something and like hold it right.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. And then sauce. So like when you said sauce, I was thinking because it said put like ketchup or sriracha.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you definitely put
yeah. Oh, gotcha.
yeah. So you definitely put. You're supposed to put ketchup in the fried rice that you mix it.
There you are.
At least in the cookbook, that's what the recipe said. I opted to for on the egg. I opted to do. I don't think it said sriracha. I think it said ketchup again, and I opted to do
I'd rather put
sriracha.
on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather do that. I like hot sauce.
But me too.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So
Anyways.
that's what I made, and that was it was definitely it's definitely difficult.
Oh, I bet.
That looks way more difficult than even what I was trying to do. So
I'll have to try that. I still got to get that cookbook that you sent me, so we can start doing that. But I think we're 10 minutes in, and
Yeah.
what anime are we talking about?
We're talking about Vivy, or specifically full. I can't see. I stopped saying the full name because it
Yeah, I
was
stopped saying his
just
full name. Vivi's just easier to say.
Vivy. Vivy Fluorite Eye Song. The
Fluorite Ice
Vivy.
Songs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, yeah. I started watching it on. When did I start watching that?
A few
Started
days
watching
ago.
it. Yeah, I started watching it. I think on Friday when you told me we were gonna record on Saturday, and I was like, okay, I gotta bang through this. So I stayed up till like 4 a.m. watching it all. But I got hooked hard, man. I got hooked real hard into it.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, this is amazing. This is a
I just
really
want to go
good
ahead.
anime.
I want to go ahead and say this here, and I already
Yeah.
texted this to you, but I want to say best since Psychopaths.
In the genre or like overall?
Oh, in the genre.
In the genre, yes, I totally
Yeah,
agree. In the genre, we've
yeah,
watched a bunch of other like cyberpunk theme like ones,
yeah.
and like post-apocalypse, possibly, and like other worlds like artificial intelligence stuff, and by far best in Psychopaths. I would even argue better than Psychopaths.
In some aspects, I think it's definitely a coin toss for me. Because Psychopaths has a whole built-out universe now.
It does,
I
yeah.
like, yeah. Versus this is a one-off season, and I tried to see if there's anything else, and there's a manga.
Oh, there's manga still.
There is manga, but I don't. It looks like it's season one. Like there's nothing beyond what we've already seen. So yeah, it's a coin toss for me, but there are definitely elements in the anime that I'm like I was more excited than I ever was in a Psychopaths episode. Like
This was more
yeah,
excited to
like
get bored.
like
Yeah.
like the
The
island
first episode, or the
episode.
whole thing. Oh, the pilot.
The island episode.
Oh, the island episode.
The
Oh, like when they go to the island.
like the whole
Yeah.
that the island episode. I was like hooked on that. I was like, oh my god, and what is she going to do?
You like the island episode the most? That's surprising. Which episode do you think I like the most?
Um, no, I was saying that the island episode is an example of one where I was hooked through it, not the best episode.
Oh, okay. I was hooked from the pilot.
Yeah. You were hooked. So, what was your favorite episode?
What do you think it was?
Ooh, ooh.
You know me, what I like.
What was it? Give me a hint. Was it the first half or the latter half?
First half.
First half. I'm gonna say your favorite episode was the on the spaceship.
It was.
Yeah.
It was. I love space. I love space, and then, to be honest with you, I liked all of the. Obviously, I love time travel, and I love like artificial intelligence, all that stuff. But time travel like was really cool, being able to send data back in time to your same AI person. That was super cool.
Yeah, I thought that was an interesting take on that because it's like everything is backed up to the archive, right? So it's kind of like you're restoring a backup at a earlier. Yeah. Anyway, it's a very interesting concept.
Yeah, that was super cool. And then I enjoyed obviously the journey a lot more than I enjoyed the ending part of it. I like that more. I wish they had more, either another season or whatever, or more like in betweens, because it's 100-year span that they're trying to do the singularity project, right? So I wish like we could see more of Vivy through that 100 years, or more of like missions or stuff like that. Would be cool.
Or Matsumoto.
Yeah, Matsumoto. Yeah, see more
Best
Matsumoto.
loved side character. Best side character. Like
Yeah.
I thought he was fantastic. I wish he had.
The bear, though.
I wish he was saying the bear too, or at least until they get to present day. Then he becomes the cube. Right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, best side character. What? So let's break it down. So, The story behind it is that in the future there is a catastrophic, almost really one-sided battle between
Oh yeah.
AI, yeah, between AI and humans.
Hmm.
And a human scientist sends back a super AI that he built 100 years in the past, partner with at that point in time an outdated AI named Vivy, or actually named Diva.
Yeah, but for her time,
Uh,
she was like
for,
super advanced. She was the first autonomous AI.
sent back to partner with her to interfere with certain predicted singularity points, moments in time that tip the scale towards AIs becoming um, violent.
Yep, Malin. Yep,
The anime is the 100-year journey
of them trying
between
to
yeah
prevent that future. Yep, which is which just jumping forward a little bit, but like I was like, so how is that data sent back if that future never happened, right? And it did a perfect way of explaining like how it was still sent back, which was super cool.
yeah. Um, I really liked how the archive, like the super AI that stores everything,
Yeah.
was kind of like the whole time was observing and changing things. Try it. Okay, you did this. It's like a massive chess game. Like, okay, you did this, so I'm going to do this.
Yep.
Undo everything, or get as close to undoing everything that you did.
Yep. Yep. That was super
Um,
cool. Because like instead of like making that the turnoff point, the archive just made a different turnoff point, which was super cool.
um, what did you think about Vivi's sort of existential crisis throughout the whole thing? What does it mean to pour your heart
Bro,
into something?
you know what we just watched that related to this exactly the same in my opinion. We just watched your lie in April, right? And then
Yeah,
and then we watched this. They're both about musicians or like artists, right? Trying to
uh,
figure out how to either get back into it or pour your heart soul into something. And I'll
yeah.
tell you what, Vivi did a way better job
Better job, way better job.
than Mr. Crybaby, okay? but like that was so much better done in Vivi than it was in Your Lie in April, and like, and that's probably because she's not human, but she figures out humanity and what it means to pour your heart into something. But like this show, Vivi, Fluorite's Eye Song, is about an AI that saves the world through her singing, right? And like she has to figure out what it
One
means to do that.
mission.
And how much does
Her,
she sing? Not at all.
not much.
Not
Yeah.
much at all, right? And like when she's singing at the last part of it, it's so much more impactful than
Uh,
when that dude is playing the piano 17,000 times and hits the wrong notes and looks like he's drowning because there's not as much exposition. It's told by the stories going up into it, not being told like this is why it's happening. That's just why I think this is a perfect example of
oh,
what's the best way to do this instead of Your Lie in April.
no. I 100% agree. This was super well done.
Just
I
shitting on Your Lie in April. That's what I'm doing.
that's okay. You're allowed to. um, I also kind of a spinoff of that is what I really enjoyed about it is her going through that because okay, so you're thinking to yourself, they're like, so you're an AI. Why are you struggling with this concept of how to pour your heart into something, right? Like, what is a heart to you? And it's other machines around her sort of disregard that.
Yeah.
Um, but what's funny to me is that her going through that is the probably the most human thing. There are AIs way more advanced than her, but
Like
her
like
struggling
Matsumoto.
with that,
Yeah.
yeah, like Matsumoto,
Yeah.
but that struggle with what does it mean to do this for me, for other people, is so much more in tune with what it means to be human than anything. Is the inherent struggle with like identity, purpose, meaning, if there is meaning, like to each their own on that. But I love that. I love that this sort of archaic robot was experiencing more advanced understanding of humanity than the more advanced versions of herself. And in the end, the archive said that is like she was the first AI to create something.
Yep, by yourself. Yeah. And what's crazy is like the correlation between once again your line April and Vivy. She sung it so well the first time, but she was just technical about it and singing it perfectly, but didn't pour
Yep.
her heart into it, just like Crybaby Boy. I don't know his name. Tatsu, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
But like it goes into another correlation with like her alter ego Diva, right? When she lost her memories. Diva was so bubbly and like energetic and like sing-songy and all that stuff like that, but she was less human than Vivy was, which was crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy correlation.
I loved how also it was like a split identity within inside her. Like Vivy was the primary, and Diva was more of just an aspect of Vivy's personality. In that scene where there's the door in her personal archive,
Yeah.
and then behind the door was the alternate, kind of just sitting there, waiting. I really love that sort of visualization
for you on that. Because like what causes that is the island scene, the one that hooked you or like that you liked a lot, right? Which was a shocking twist for an episode. For all that stuff in one episode was amazing, in my opinion. Like there was like you get to meet the scientist, right, of the singular point for that, and you get to meet Grace, but it's not Grace, right? It's a clone of Grace or like another AI that looks like Grace because they had to take actual Grace and she runs the island, but she's not Grace anymore because they had to override everything. So he obviously is like, there's no saving Grace anymore because that's not Grace anymore.
Yeah.
Because they had the first AI human marriage, and then because of what Vivy's done, they have to take Grace because the island is made the island where it's completely autonomous and AI is run and they get parts and stuff for all artificial intelligence robots, right? But they uh, they go right there, and then at the end of the episode, you see that he's standing where they got married, right, into that church and everything, and Vivi standing there with her one hand that is completely engulfed with Grace's blood, obviously, because she had to destroy Grace. And then you, she turns around and you just hear a gunshot. And then Vivi turns around and sees that the husband or the scientist took his own life. And then that causes a mental break in Vivi because she doesn't understand why he would do that, right? So that hole on the side of her face, was that caused by that gunshot?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay,
the bullet went through.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. But then she got down and like you just see both her
Face's blood, yeah.
Oh my goodness, like that was like amazing, like why? Like I don't understand why he would do it, which obviously later she finds out in another episode of an AI that took her own life, which we find out, it's not the case, so.
It's then
amazing. Just amazing.
Yeah. One part that did confuse me was because you watched it sooner, maybe Antonio, his motivation. That I was having trouble following what his motivation was. I did some reading after the fact, and his whole purpose was to support his partner Ophelia's singing. And so he took over her body to help her with that, and then comes to find out that he really only wanted her singing for himself.
Himself, yeah.
But because he took over her body, he couldn't enjoy that anymore. Yeah. So that's why he had to go kill himself.
He wanted to end it. Yeah, that makes sense.
Is that what you took from that, or did I?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm making sure.
yeah, at the end, because he says like, "I only wanted you to sing for me," which is like it also goes against his one goal, I think, too,
Yeah.
because to help with his singing, but with her singing, but it was only really for him, which I think goes against his one, because in this anime or this manga, right, this piece of amazing art, which it is they find out they find out that AI in this world, anyways, they can't function on one AI doing multiple tasks. It has to have one clear goal in mind for it to
Yeah.
function correctly. So every AI is created with one goal in mind, which I find kind of weird that the one AI that is the first autonomous AI completely is devoted to singing. I don't know why. Who chose
Um.
that?
Well, I think completely just speculating on this. I would imagine it's because art is the so if you take all of what I mean, we're seeing a lot with like AI art, and
Yeah.
stories that are completely written by AI. Like no, maybe you give it a prompt and then it composes like whole stories and or articles or just basically opinions. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
You're good. Silence is deafening. I am pretty tired. Everyone that's listening for this little intermission. We're back, I think.
Um, we're seeing a lot with that, but in the concept of the show, art is a very human thing. A lot of what people can do,
Hmm.
a lot, I wouldn't say most of it, but a lot of what people, at least now, could be done by machines. There's
Yeah.
a lot of repetition, even with what I do in like the technical and the technology space.
Hmm.
A lot of that heavy lifting can
Yeah.
be done by machines. There is still, like I said, there's still components of it where you need like a human element, like for context and how to refine. But a lot of the heavy lifting, and I've used some of the public AIs available to like test this, and like, oh wow, this is definitely cut down my workload by a lot because it instead of me having to go through multiple examples of how to do something, I can just ask this machine and it gives me, and I look at it, I go, okay, and I review, I say, this makes sense. This makes
Yeah.
sense as why this is a more efficient way to do this. But beyond that, a lot of what people can do, um, a lot of it can be done by machines, right? But art, creativity is a very human thing.
Yeah.
Um, and even with like the AI art and AI stories that are written, right? That is still is removed, even though it's producing stuff. It's still removed from the inherent creativity because that comes from like a sense of like a feeling and identity and emotion and stuff like that.
Yep.
So all that to say is, I think the reason why her mission was singing because as the first autonomous robot, that was the probably the best way to merge what she was into being accepted by humans because she was producing something
Yeah.
to be inferred in a
If
creative,
you
emotional way.
Yeah, totally agree. If you think about it, like even the AIs right now that create art or create essays and stuff like that, you have to give it a prompt. You can't just
Yeah.
create something overall. And most time it's copying. It's copying
Yeah.
like a picture you give it. It's copying like a prompt you give it, stuff like that, right? Or Vivy is creating it out of her own memories. So like I think like then there was a saying at the end of it at the last episode where Vivi's talking about what seeing something with your own heart or saying something like with that like means, and I think it's
Uh,
like your accumulation of memories that she has over 100 years. This reason that she was able to create her own piece of art, her own song.
Yeah, her
whenever she,
experiences.
because your experiences and your memories make you human. I think
Yeah,
both
I would totally
loss
agree with that.
and happiness. Because she went through a lot of loss.
Yeah, for sure. And she saw a lot of people or a lot of machines sacrifice themselves for, probably she's like, you didn't have to do this, but she's like, I'm the only one that can do this, right? Like
Yeah.
the space episode.
Yep.
When those two sisters finally unite and work together, I thought that was beautiful. What did you think about the one little anti-hero? Not anti. I guess he became an anti-hero, but the one human part of the anti-AI
Oh,
group.
Toke.
Yeah, of
The one
Toke.
guy in the book. Yeah.
How he became what he hated most was a machine.
I know, and he transported his consciousness or whatever into a machine, or just transformed his body into a machine because, like, obviously he looked way younger, and I was like, "There's no way that's him. He's got to be super old." And
Yeah,
like, yeah, and like in the meantime, between all of that stuff, like of him like trying to like destroy AIs and stuff like that, he he either got married or knocked some girl up because the granddaughter of the whole Toad corporation was the leader of it, which I found was
yeah,
hilarious. But yeah, from the very first episode where he was there and Vivy saved him, was like, okay, he's gonna be an important character.
yeah.
But
Well, and that's the thing is his death was supposed to happen. That
yeah,
was
it
that was
was.
one of the things that was constantly throwing the whole thing into.
Was it supposed to happen?
That was
Because
my
it wasn't gonna happen, right? Because he was still gonna crash. Oh, his death on the space station was supposed to happen. Yes.
his
Okay.
death
Yes.
on the space station was supposed to happen. His death at the first
No, the death of the
singularity.
first thing wasn't supposed to happen, right? Because they were gonna leave the building after they collapsed it, right?
Well, I mean, do we?
Because they weren't gonna be in the building when they collapsed it. It was just gonna be the body that was left in
You're
there,
right.
which was that dude. But
That
because it
one
makes
dude,
sense,
yeah,
because when his team goes to the space station, they were gonna stay on the space station.
yeah, yep. I somehow thought that he was supposed to die in each one of those singularity points, but you're
I
right.
mean, maybe because maybe Elizabeth was gonna save him, just like she did in the real timeline. So maybe he was still gonna
Yeah,
survive.
but his story arc and how he just sort of switched, and I'm wondering, and it wasn't clear to me. Maybe it was clear to you. Why did he switch from being like so anti AI to being like, well,
Oh
maybe
yeah,
we can, yeah,
I think it was because first Vivy saved him, right,
huh,
and then Elizabeth saved him, and
huh,
he spent 7 years with Elizabeth and like getting to know her and understanding like not all AIs are bad.
huh,
And then Vivy saved him another time, right? And like he was just getting so obsessed with Vivy and understand and because it was Diva at that point when they were fighting, and when he was watching Diva, right? It's like we need Vivy back because Vivy's the only one that can get other AI to be like Vivy or to be like
huh,
understanding. So I think like at that point is when he switched because he wanted Vivy to come back because I think he instilled in his daughter or granddaughter or whatever to be like uh, AI and humans can actually coexist if AI can have a human heart or like understand humanity more.
hmm.
I think that's when he switched. When he was obsessed with Vivi in that one episode.
Yeah, and he uh, that whole fight scene too was I thought like I loved it. I loved the
Yeah.
little battle
All the
between
fight
them
scenes were
two.
great. As soon as she
All the fight scenes.
downloaded those combat AI things, it was game over.
The music, I like, and that's all part of it. But like the music too, I just and that was
Yeah.
really what like why because I love the whole thing. But the reason why I got really into the island episode is because when he when she's riding Matsumoto like a space motorcycle and just kind of
Yeah.
like just and he's like if we go much faster, it'll be dangerous. And she's like, pick it, and just like tells him to like pick up the pace. And there's all those other AIs chasing them, and she's just like battling them like that. That kind of just got my heart pumping, you know.
Every time she runs, it gets my heart pumping because she's like so balls to the wall fast. I'm like, oh my gosh. To be honest with you, man, this is a 10 out of 10 anime, 100%.
Yeah, 100%, 10 out of 10. Yeah.
If you talk about this in every episode, I wouldn't care. 100%. Like I give Psycho-Pass like an 8.5 out of 10, but like you could talk about this every single podcast, and I'd be with you.
I'm going to look right now. Is there going to be a season? I know there won't be, but is there going to be a season?
Last year, so like it's still pretty early. I mean, Hunter x Hunter was on a hiatus for 10, 15 years, so when it came back.
So like why the anime won't get a second season, I don't think that we could add another core story, even if the first was a smash hit and got rave reviews. Well, screw you, writers of Vivy.
What's crazy is like I'm surprised it didn't get more publicity or like more like reviews, because like I didn't know about this at all. It's not like a mainstream anime.
The only reason I found it is because when I was looking for a new show to watch, I just typed in keywords of things that I loved, and then I just started. Okay, I started going one by one. Not that one. Maybe I'll give that one a chance. Nope, skipping that one. I just kept going, and it was down the list. It wasn't even like a first one that came up. It was like 15 on the list.
I might have to start recommending this as like one of my favorite animes, because it is one of my favorite animes. But like, is it better than Dragon Ball? I don't know. Well, I don't know, man. It's pretty close.
Really? Really?
It's so good. It really is. It has everything I love about it. And I can't be called a bandwagoner if I like praise it. In case like I praise it to the high heavens, right? I can't be like, oh, you just like Dragon Ball because it's popular. No, I've watched it since I was a child.
Yeah.
He's like, what Vivy? What's that? It's like, yeah, get on my level. You don't know anime. You can be like that now too.
I know. Yeah, phenomenal story. Now here's a question I have for you. What's your opinion? I imagine you probably, and anyone who listens probably knows me, but what's your opinion? AI, humans coexist? Are AI subservient? Should AIs not exist at all? What's your stance on that?
I think it's going to play out exactly how it shows in Vivy. I think it's going to play out like we create AI to do menial tasks or like to do one task or whatever thing to make our lives easier. And then eventually, I think it's going to come to a point where like we have to start recognizing or realizing that AIs are going to start thinking for themselves and like, do they have rights? And it's going to be a big political issue.
Yeah, I'm definitely on like a coexist view.
Right off the bat, though, or like for like servants for a while.
Right off the bat, I think.
Off the bat,
yeah.
We'll use them for a little bit, you know.
Absolutely not. Right. No. I mean, I think you're right. It's going to play out that way, but I would be like I was kind of disappointed that sort of like that senator, that sort of like representative at the beginning. I thought he was going to play a bigger part. Turns out he was just a peon. But that whole like AI initiative, and I was like thinking like that's me right there, that guy there who's like.
I hope it's not you, because he did not turn out to be that guy.
He's like, no, I know. Yeah, like I said, he turned out to be not what I thought, but
yeah,
I definitely would be on the side of like coexisting. Like I don't think like the AI quote that we have now isn't really true AI. It's more just very
like your Googles and your Alexas.
Yeah, those aren't AI. Those aren't like. First off, AI is sort of like an umbrella term for a lot of different aspects of computing related to machines being able to simulate or recreate human thinking. Right? That may not be like may not be the best definition, but but that's what it is. AI is like an umbrella term for a lot of different aspects of like computer science related to machine, human machine simulation. Mm-hmm. Right? And what we have right now is not when people think AI, you think of Vivy, right? Or you think of HAL 9000, or you think of Terminator or whatever, or you think of what's his name from anyway, any sort of like, or Jarvis, right?
Yeah,
You think of
you don't think
Jarvis right
of
there.
yeah, you don't think of Google assistants.
I think of Google Assistant,
Yeah.
right? And so Google Assistant is not true AI in that sense. It's more just algorithmic, using keywords, and it like synthesizes information in a way. Now that's still an advancement, right? Because you being able to um, take a few inputs, synthesize a bunch of information, and then spit it out in a readable, understandable way. That's still cool, but that's not the machine uh, consciously thinking, about that. That's just algorithms working in the background, right? Very
I mean,
intelligent
isn't it the
algorithms.
same way with like AI
See,
though? Like
so
AI is just algorithms in the
but
background,
but we
isn't it?
but the whole thing we talked about is what it means to be human is the aggregation of your experiences into memories
Yeah.
and your response. There's no memories here, right? Now actually
It's learned
with
data. It's learned data, isn't it? What are cookies, Lance? What are cookies? It's learned data. It's stored data. What's
but
RAM? Everything, Lance. It's all around us. I need more coffee.
um but I think eventually we'll get there. I think
Yeah. Definitely get
one
all
of
those
my
volumes
favorite
though. I see there's volumes. Light
my
novels.
favorite one of my favorite AI movies ever is Ex Machina.
Never seen it.
Oh,
Wait,
full.
is that the one where you're stuck in the house with the girl? That's a
Yes.
robot. Okay, I've seen it. Well, I've watched YouTube shorts on it, and I've pretty much watched the whole movie.
Oh, you need to sit down and actually watch it, beginning to
Has
end.
Oscar
But
Isaac in it, right?
yeah,
Oh yeah.
fantastic. I I will I don't know if I've done it with you, but other people, I'll send Oscar Isaac memes from that
Really?
specific movie. Whenever see, a lot of the stuff, like he's a douchebag in the movie, but
Yeah.
a lot of the stuff he says, like there are like acorns of lines. I'm like, I've said that.
Really?
um, and one of those acorns is when he was asked like why did he create Ava in the movie,
Yeah.
is he didn't see it as more as he didn't see it as a creation, more as an eventuality.
Oh
It
really?
was like, yeah, it was going to happen, and he just got there first,
Huh.
and that was his. And that's sort of my belief around like AI is that it's an eventuality,
Oh yeah, it
part of
totally is.
our.
100%.
Um, I think, and here's so we're at a cusp point, right? We're or cusp point. We're at a crux, right? I
Singularity. Singularity point.
we're a singularity. In my opinion, is we could do AI the way we have it now, and I think where it's not consciousness yet, it's just like, I mean, I guess it's just up to interpret. Some people interpret, but it's not a consciousness, but it's just a clever algorithm doing work in the background. I think we're at a crux point or singularity point where we could, in my view, free a lot of people from the laborious jobs that they do now, to do work on other more human, creative things. Right? That's kind of like my why I'm so pro AI is I see it as sort of like freeing the chains on humanity, because we're right now we're a slave to labor, right? We sell our labor for currency, it's then used to spin back into the system, and it's just an endless cycle. And then we run out of that currency, then we have to sell more of our labor, right?
Yep.
And I see AI sort of breaking that cycle and freeing humans to focus on more creative um, ventures, and that's what we're good at. We're not very good. Look at you. You can barely show up on time. right?
What do you mean? What do you mean show up
When
on
we work
time?
together, you would struggle to be on time all the time.
I also lived an hour away. Okay, you live 10 minutes away. Even that, you live like
Yeah,
a hop, skip, and a jump away.
and I still
Your
struggle to be on time,
backyard,
right?
your backyard was our place of work. That's what it was, Lance. You could wake up 2 minutes before you're supposed to be at your shift, and you'd be there.
But my point is that we as humans, we're not,
Yes,
we're not designed to be that way, right? We're not very good at it.
I will say I will be devil's advocate in saying I agree with your point of like freeing up time, but all the politicians are going to say, or not all of them, but most politicians are going to say, what about the jobs that those are taken away from the American people? Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know, I know, I know. That's definitely gonna be thrown out there, and so but I think it would free people up, and I think there is some anxiety around that. But I think there's also an opportunity there to embrace. Well, what now that I have all this time, what can I work on that I really want to work on? And maybe I'll invent something. Maybe I'll create something better, or I'll create a whole like there's opportunity there. Um, that's my view. And then, but if we move beyond that point, if we move beyond that point, we're like, this isn't enough. We actually need to, which we probably will. We need to actually create a full conscious autonomous being.
Mm-hmm.
Once we hit that point, I think the idea of using them as slaves, as you called it, for a while.
I said servants.
I think that goes. I think that.
Yeah.
I think that the idea of freeing humanity from that will go away because
Yeah.
the only way that works is if we make them like servants, and if we make them servants, we are setting ourselves up for problems.
D-Day. Yeah, D-Day.
Yeah.
I don't know. So you said it was like a eventuality, which I first off agreed with you, but like, didn't they say? I don't know. I try to keep up with it, but like, I'm so removed from
Fine.
it right now. But then they say like recreating like the human brain is a feat, if not impossible, like for autonomous AI.
So
Because it's the most complex like thing in the world, right?
right now, like this isn't the shit on what we have right now. What we have right now is absolutely amazing and really cool technology that 10 years ago, right, would have been like, shit, that's a science fiction movie mumbo jumbo, right? Like we have some really cool stuff right now. But you are right in that it is to create a fully conscious being mimicking human intelligence is, I wouldn't say impossible. It would definitely be a feat of brilliance. The thing that I think you're and why I don't think it's impossible is because there's a lot of work being done in quantum computing, which I don't fully understand enough to speak to it intelligently. Less to say, is way more processing power and what we are used to in our current scale of computing, right? Like being able to accomplish things that previously were thought impossible. So like throwing that into the mix, I would say that it changes the idea of machine consciousness from a impossible to a highly unlikely but within the realm of possibility challenge.
Gotcha. That's curious.
In my opinion, like I can't speak again to the concepts of quantum computing because I'm not familiar enough with it. I understand what I have read. I don't understand it enough yet. But yeah, I think it's an eventuality. I think. I mean, if you look, thing. So here's sort of like a I don't even know if it's an actual Bible quote. Right? But here's a phrase I've heard thrown around. Is that God made us in His image, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in His image, in their image, because God doesn't have a sex. It is just a it's just a being. You're made in God's image, and I can think of nothing more godly and to create something
Mm-hmm.
from nothing, to create a consciousness,
Yeah.
nothing. And I think that is the sort of like the most godlike thing that you can do in their image is to create. And I think that's what,
And all
yeah.
humans are gods. Like, because they have the potential to create a kid.
Um.
This is philosophy now, class.
Yeah, I know. Hey, give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
You're good. We're just gonna sit with our thoughts on existential crisis. How's everyone doing today? Doing well? Have a good holiday? I don't know when this is gonna come out, but probably come out later. Most likely after the holiday, because the holiday's actually over now. But going into the new year, though. Appreciate everyone listening too. We really appreciate that. Sorry we haven't been very consistent overall. Uh, New goal for the new year probably be to obviously post more consistently. But yeah, definitely gonna get these light novel Vivy stuff. It says Vivy prototype. I don't know if this is like the same or different from the actual series. Um, Series AI calls himself Matsumoto. Okay, yeah, it's just the same. It looks like, and as a collaborative concept novel. From the writers of RE0. I did not know that. That makes sense. Huh. Okay. That's where the time travel comes in. Huh. That's cool. It is cool. Definitely gonna get those though. When's 4 come out? Scheduled for June 13th. Makes sense. It's probably already all out overall. Hmm. Uh, let's see. Lance is sure gone a long time. Where's he at? We're wasting precious minutes in editing that I am trying to decide if I want to do or not. Oh, he's back. He's back. Don't worry. Don't worry. I think since he's back, I don't think I'm gonna edit any of this.
What did you say?
I was like, that sure is taking a while. And I really don't want to edit all this, so we'll see how much editing I'm gonna be doing.
That wasn't too long, was it?
No, it was only like 10 minutes.
Oh, was it really? That wasn't
No,
10 minutes.
it wasn't 10 minutes. Oh, you're good.
Anything else you wanted?
No.
Yeah, we kind of went off on a tangent there, but that's
I wanted to let you know that the same people that wrote and made Vivy is the same people that made RE0.
really.
Which is the time travel stuff makes sense because that's all
Yeah.
we're talking about is time travel.
Also, I felt like there was a similar art style, right?
Yeah.
To the character, so that makes sense. We should look up what else they've done and watch that. I think we've genuinely loved everything they've created.
Yeah. Totally agree. But overall, I would 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. I'd watch it again just to watch it again. Totally.
Oh, fantastic! Oh
yeah.
Is there volumes? You said?
Yeah, there's 2 volumes out right now. The third one comes out in I don't know, early next year, and then volume 4 is slated for June.
Really? So
It follows
They
the same
wrote.
story.
Oh yeah. So the light novel was based off the anime, and not the anime based off the light
Is
novel.
it? I don't
So
know. I didn't know if it was like written in Japanese when they're translating it right now.
let's see. Uh, Manga adaptation. No, I don't want. There is Vivy manga. Oh, hey, probably already we know this, but where do you think that guy from Toke he got that advanced stuff from the future that
Yeah,
took down Vivy? You think he
yeah,
got that from the archive?
probably because the archive probably is trying to stop
No.
Vivy. I don't know though. It's a good question. Where'd he get the body from? I don't know.
Yeah. Let's see here. Manga Vivy. Okay. It is illustrated and serialized since April 10th, 2021. 16 chapters. Yeah, I think it's an adaptation of the anime itself. Very similar to how Psychopaths. It was Psychopaths was an original anime
Hmm.
that became a manga. So
Oh, makes sense.
yeah.
But yeah,
Anything
that's
else?
it. I think that's
Okay.
it. What do you want to watch and review? Do you want to say it or not?
I'll let you.
Here's my vote right here, right here. Let's stick with the artsy stuff.
Blue Period. I actually
Blue
have
Period.
that saved in my
You do?
yeah.
I hope like, and then this is me being selfish, but I hope like you're just as like enthralled with Blue Period as I am, because I have no idea why I'm so enthralled about it. It's just a dude painting, but man,
Is he a
man,
whiny dude
it,
painting though? Because I don't know if I can get into it.
no,
If it's
he
not a
is
whiny
not a
dude,
whiny dude. He is not a whiny dude, but like it's you just gotta watch it. It's Chef's Kiss, 10 out of 10.
okay, I'll watch it. Let's do it.
Thank goodness. Alrighty. I guess we'll see everyone next time when we watch and review Blue Period.
Bye.